Hello and welcome everybody, I'm OneProperVarian and we are back right here in Manor Lords, where we have built this beautiful village and, well, almost even a town right here. Although it isn't done yet, this is definitely where the prosperity of this region will culminate going forward. You can see that we already have the manor. I will build this up to actually, feature the fence, the tower and so on, and then over here, of course, we're going to expand this church as well. Not to mention that I want to upgrade all of these houses. I want to turn this into a proper trade city, as it would be historically. We are, of course, along the major King's Roads, and, well, not to mention that this is the only center currently that is properly producing iron. And that really is an important part, right? When we zoom out here, you can see that we have only really built up these two regions. We are probably going to start this one today as well, but in general, this one right here is the only one that now is getting the deep mines upgrade and then hopefully, can just make some things happen. Now, I will tell you that when it comes to the visual blockades, I am quite happy with everything that we have done here so far. I think it is working out quite nicely. I will definitely, I think, tear down this field, and you know what, let's just do this right away. The idea being, it was just kind of too big. I do want maybe here, have just a strip of forest as well, just so that we can, kind of look in this direction and not notice that immediately after, just literally a stone's throw away, we have the village that then, of course, is working the mines, that is working here, the charcoal kiln, and going forward will be the smithy location as well. So I'm going to drag this field and we're going to put it behind, I think, these houses here. We're going to turn this into a relatively small subset of fields here. They're not that important. They are not that great for, actual agriculture here either. But having them, I think, is going to add a nice last flair to this particular village. Now, over here, I was thinking we're going to put some houses. What I would actually like to see is another storehouse. I really need to start microing this a little bit so that, in the trading outpost, in the storehouse, and so on and so forth, we only have locals work so that it becomes a lot easier for them. I am going to put, I think, the storehouse itself maybe right there. And then we're going to take another house and probably, can I do it like around the corner? Oh, that's good. Okay, we are probably going to do it like this with a small backyard. And then we're going to have a couple of houses alongside the main road right here, but I don't really want to have it too thick. The idea is that this road is important. And then behind the houses, of course, we do the classic thing. We put a couple of fields, very, not really all that important, not really that great, but it exists mostly for our own visual pleasure. Now, we haven't upgraded this. There is no oxen plow that we're using for these, so good luck doing this stuff by hand. And then, of course, down here, we will have a small barrier of a forest, and you know what, let me place this right here. The idea being that, visuals sometimes goes a bit further than function, I think, and this is one of those instances. This forester is going to go ahead and plant some trees in this region right here. But okay, let's take a look at this. So we are looking at a decent amount of food. We obviously have a lot of fuel, especially with the charcoal. We already do have some wheat and we do have some flour. Now, I could be mistaken, but I don't believe that... Oh, there it is. We did build a communal oven, or we are going to build one, I should say. I think, all in all, I would like 2 communal ovens. We're going to build another one all the way over here. Are you already upgrading? I think now you are. Okay, so this manor will also be upgraded. And, well, that leaves me right here. Maybe we want to start addressing the annual royal tax going forward. So this has shot up, and I suspect that it is because we now have a second region with an actual manor. Before that, it was like half this, which is basically nothing. Okay, here's what we're going to do, right? We are going to take a gander at this and what we want to sell. Currently, not too many are working here. Let's upgrade this. They don't have much, if anything, in livestock. Yeah, we don't have any horses. Let's buy another one. And then you're going to go here. That's fine. What are we going to buy? What are we going to sell? So, I think we can produce our own roof tiles. I will need roof tiles for the wooden church. But honestly, it's not a great supply. I don't even want to set this up. This clay deposit is basically nothing. We're going to go ahead, I think, and import, first of all, roof tiles. I would like to do this via a trade route, although it's not possible just yet. Iron slabs, we are currently exporting. I don't think I'm going to establish a trade route because I don't want to stick to iron slabs. So let's take a look at this. We have the bloomeries right here. Nobody's working here, which is obviously a disaster. We have 3 bloomeries. I don't know how many bloomeries you want to have, comparing it to, of course, the actual output in iron ore. But look at that. We have so much iron ore compared to the iron slabs. So this storehouse, I want to focus almost entirely, and when I say almost, I literally mean entirely, I want to focus on iron ore, I want to focus on iron slabs. Tools are also fine, actually. And then, of course, if I could find it, I literally just seem to be blind. Where is the charcoal? There it is. Okay, so you are a storehouse that exclusively exists so that you can actually supply the bloomeries here, which then gives me kind of an incentive of dragging another path down like this. The idea being that we're going to have at least one more bloomery, maybe two more bloomeries, honestly. I really don't want to cut this short, so here and here, I'm gonna put that off camera, and then we're gonna put smithies. Here, here, maybe 3 or 4, we're gonna see. Because once we have a ton of tools, we can start selling them. If we actually do flood the market, which we haven't done so far, you can see right here that the global market supply is average for literally everything, but once we, have done that, I think it will put us into a position where we can then start exporting iron and tools, so whichever we produce more of doesn't really matter, because both of them will just be sent to this trading post. Anyway, let's start building, and I think it's gonna take some time. Okay, let me take a look at this. So this forester's hut has now been created. I think we're gonna... I will have to move this circle basically a couple of times. I want this to be somewhat natural. I want the barricade to be roughly here. And if I do it like this, then we're gonna have a ton more trees. You know what? Why don't we focus on this area first, and then we move it over there. So for the time being, just plant a couple of trees. We're gonna definitely try to limit this. You can already see, of course, although not connected, this is not all that far, right? If we take a look at this windmill, we can guess that there is our iron village over there. Man, the windmill, I really like this position. It is so on its own. We may build a second one, and I kind of... If we have a farmhouse here, I do kind of like the idea of placing a secondary windmill, maybe right here. Maybe like, slightly offset or slightly in the distance here. Yeah, why not? You know what? I'm gonna place a secondary windmill. Not sure that we're actually gonna fully use it, but it definitely fits the bill, right? This is where you would want to place this. We can see the initial Straßendorf that we did build in this region right over there. And you know what? While I'm doing this kind of nonsense, why don't we place another one right there? I am not too sure about this. You know what? At the entrance of this village, I think this is kind of cute. Yeah, why not? And then, of course, we already built a couple here. But I do like the idea. And so this one, by the way, this one is kind of weird to me. I want to do something with this area, I think. We could put a forest there. I could put more farming opportunities here. I'm not too sure. We might just put a forest there. We'll see what we do. By the way, if you are actively playing Manor Lords, do you actually assign people to the stables? I know that this makes it so that it could be faster. Nobody has to get the actual animal, which means that, well, they can just keep working. But it just feels like so egregious to put, 2 actual families into these slots. I never do it. You should let me know whether you do it. And by the way, take a look at this. Again, we have a beautiful construction site. Everybody's just yapping. But you know what? They're making progress. Everything here is delivered. It's so much faster than it used to be. I'm actually really, really impressed. And yeah, there goes my primary money income. Now, listen, I'm going to tell you. I'm not too concerned by this royal tax right now, because even just with one region selling, the other one isn't really selling right now, you can see that we are earning a lot of money. Like, this Sriniari right here is doing better and better, except, of course, the mining pit being empty means that, and let's take a gander at this, I mean, we have so much clay left over. You know what? I am confident that at least for maybe 2 or 3 years we can maintain this, even if we don't export anything else. And hopefully after that, it is all about the iron economy. Well, we are out either way, so at this point we kind of have to be about the iron economy. Right, and so let's set up this tool trade route here. I want to go down, I think, to literally 0. Sell everything you can. Let's see how this works. You get $6 per sale. And if I'm not mistaken, that is $2 better, yeah it is, than iron slabs. So, by and large, I'm probably going to, up this limit. Maybe I'm even just going to turn off the entire iron trade right there, because these iron slabs are nice, but if we could actually catch up to producing enough so, that we don't have to worry about the tools production at all, that would be even better. You can see we get 2 riders now. And let me take a look at this. We have 0 smithies right now, which is not good. This stuff needs to be built sooner rather than later. Once we have it, and you know what, let me just upgrade you. Oh, wait, are we out of stone? There's no way, right? Are we getting close? Okay. Let's keep an eye on this, because I really want those built so that we can then actually start production. I usually don't like this, I'll be honest with you. I do not like the idea of having, basically just me spamming buildings. And man, does that not look like there should be a ton of fields over there? Wait, is this not the actual, the good area? Nope, it's not a good area. I mean, actually kind of is. Oh, I'm so looking forward to building this main settlement area right here. We're gonna have fields here, we're gonna have fields there, and then of course the big city all the way up here on the hill. God, that is gonna be cute. Anyway, where was I? I was talking about how I don't like it when, you know, these type of games make you spam certain buildings. I kind of hate that we have this big district here. But you know what? It is slightly cut off, and in particular, of course, once this forester's hut actually gets going, which right now they don't seem to be too willing. But once they do, I hope that this does not look too annoying from this side, right? Having a massive industry right there is always a bit odd, but you gotta do what you gotta do to make money. And right, I saw that we have so far 0 roof tiles. I mean, admittedly, again, we don't have a route. It is just them doing it, but they seem to be very bad at it. I did just create a pack station request here. So I assume that this means you need 2 iron slabs for 1 roof tile, right? I mean, it's kind of fine, I think. We're gonna figure this out. Let's see what they do. Currently, for whatever reason, there are oxen parked in my packing station. I don't think that is where you belong. I did hire a mule. Which, there it is, yeah. But for some reason, they don't want him. They don't want that mule in here. You know what, are you actually... Oh, yeah, you are bartering. Oh my god, they are already on the way, and what a long way it is. God, I love it when civilization kind of comes together, right? Everything is just getting together. I hate that they're using this pathway, by the way, but it's not like you can make it illegal. Take a look at that. Our very first pack station trader has made it over here. Now, I do really like the way these pastures turned out. I did place one now, down here. We're not purchasing any yet, but obviously I do want some sheep just, you know, to have it like for a visual pleasing effect right there. I'm gonna upgrade you as well, that's fine. Oh, wait a minute, can you turn off? Did I just see that right? Oh, allow assigned families to set up market stalls to distribute resources from their workplace. Wait a minute. I don't want these people to do that, I think, because they have nothing except, I guess, the charcoal. Interesting. So I could have something that just serves the supply chain. Very, very cool. I am, by the way, incredibly impressed by the shoal of fish here. It just, like, my god, it is so much better than the wild animals right here. Admittedly, it is an unbelievable amount of fish, even if we take a look at... and I can't even find one, but there we go. Yeah, look at that. Wild animals 40. That is absolutely nothing compared to this amount of fish right here. I think we have another pond. Yep, right there. It is also a rich one. I mean... You gotta go for the fishing thing. It's just incredible. I don't think we're gonna build up Fodor all that much, although a stone deposit would be nice, but I gotta tell you, that is, the fish are just straight up better than anything else. And oh my god, look at how much money we are making here, and I am not even collecting any taxes yet, because I wanted to let them build some regional wealth. Let's take a look at the trade policy stuff here. Oh, that is so good. Wait a minute, oh my god. Are we actually still selling iron? I thought I turned that off. Maybe... Oh, we are overproducing by so much. Oh, interesting. We're no longer overproducing. You know what? Okay, wait a minute. Let's take a quick look at this full economy. So we are way overproducing iron ore, which means we can have even more bloomeries. And I think our bloomeries are pretty okay right now for the amount of smithies we have, although we are still building 2 bloomeries, so... That's awesome. Unless we're flooding the market, which we may very well be doing, the good result here basically is that even if we were to flood the... Man, iron is just the best product. Now that I think about it, right? If you flood the market, prices will just fall down and you will have no income anymore. Let's say Tools says, hey, actually, there's too much here. We are giving you too many tools. The market will give you like maybe $3 or something, which is just not good enough. You just go, okay, you know what? Instead, we're going to produce spears as well. Oh, you know what? Spears are now also overproduced. No problem. We're going to go with iron slabs that we're now going to sell as well. You can do this on every single level. That's incredible. Iron is just the best production chain for trade. Am I wrong here? Maybe not value-wise, but since you have so many things that you can do with it, where you just go, oh, you know what? Actually, we're producing something else now, just so that we don't have the oversupply for the market. I think it is absolutely goated. Yeah, I don't know what is happening here. Do we actually have 4 animals live at this pack station? We have enough space, but for some reason, apparently the oxen are all... Yeah, no, actually, they do relax here. I don't know why. Okay. Alright, that leaves us in March right here. You can see I am upgrading these houses. This is a trade-oriented city, meaning there is a bit more wealth going around, whereas I didn't really do it all too much. I mean, yes, we did upgrade them right here, right? But there is no possibility of me turning any of this into a tier 3 house, at least as far as I'm concerned. There is a chance. Oh, and by the way, I lost track of that. Okay, that's not ideal. I may have to, like, upgrade a couple of things. Make sure that everybody here has plenty to eat. Oh, you know what? It's a flour issue. I think it is a pure bread producing issue. Interesting. I want to fix this off camera, but the point is we are now pretty much independent of everything here. Just look at this shoal of fish. It is unhinged. We are going to start settling our beloved Wildfeld right here. It is March. We can start a new settlement. And of course, the long-term perspective here, which probably will help Sviniari as well in terms of food, is that we are going to mine the salt here like crazy. That is really the sole purpose. You can see we have one entrance point here that goes towards Sviniari, which means this is probably going to be where we start our hub. The idea being that this will then bring salt over here. We can make sausages and hopefully have a better life down there. Now let's take a look at this land right here. It is relatively hilly, especially in comparison to everything else. We have plenty of open space. Now let's take a look at the actual fertility. Oh, interesting. So this is the ideal settlement position. We probably want to get rid of this forest right here and then... Oh, you know what, I never even noticed this, but once we start with actual civilization right here, chances are that we probably want to get rid of some of this as well and actually have some fields so that we can supply this back and forth. But alright, with all of that being said, let's just start by building a settlers camp. I'm going to put it at the end of the road right here. 250, obviously I can and will pay more because I want to have all the resources needed in the world to get started here. Take a look at that. Oh, I just love founding new settlements. Take a look at this. Our new villagers have arrived and, man, this is a promising location right here. I don't think we're going to see any central villages or anything too important here because, well, this is basically just an annex yet again of Sviniari. We're looking at, you know, the salt production mine. And with that being said, why don't we start building here? Now the goal, as always, is of course to kind of start out in a position where we can build the wooden church relatively quickly. Only then will we actually be able to pick up, of course, the deep mining right here. And can you imagine how many more choices you will be making once this stuff is in here as well? That is pretty crazy. And man, we are trading without even any of this stuff yet. You know, the better deals, the trade logistics. Not sure what we're going to do for this village, other than, of course, you know, going for deep mining so that we can just retain this right here. Anyway, what we have in mind is that we want to upgrade as quickly as possible, which means that we need a wooden church. And well, that means I want to make a choice right away. We got great land down here, so I think I'm going to place you down. In this location, we're going to get rid of some of the trees, that is fine. I want you to cut this so that we can then go and indeed actually harvest, you know, some wheat down there. There will also be some wheat harvesting up here, which just means to me that this is already a very important recognized region. It's a super hilly region, which sucks for me, and let's put you down there and connect it to the street here as well. That's okay. So that means we have 2 food sources, and of course you actually need your tannery as well. Let me take a look at this. There you are. Tannery goes right next to where... Oh, we physically cannot do it. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to do this. And then, of course, we need a saw pit as well. Classic stuff. I think we're going to upgrade the hitching post immediately. Do I have 2 slots right now? Do you start with 1 or 2? With only 1. Okay, that's fine. We're just going to build a secondary one. Then we're going to import another ox. We're going to connect it there. Boom. Goes the dynamite. The big question for me is, where do we actually start, you know, the settlement? Where do you go for this? This is a great location. But fundamentally, you are relatively far away, even, of course, from the express purpose of this region. I think if we had a small settlement here, a Waldhufendorf, that wouldn't be too negative. So you know what? I'm going to put a well right here, and then we're going to start basic housing into the forest here. There you go. That's what we're going to do. Classic stuff. See, the thing about Wildfeld really just is that there is nothing here. There is nothing there. Seriously, right? There's absolutely nothing. No civilization over here. Everything is focused on this bottom area of the map, all things considered. Of course, the river is so important that even here, everything would want to go towards the river. So, in this case, yeah, this village doesn't really see any of this important. The road isn't even connected. And I would assume that not too many travelers, not too many traders actually make their way there. I am probably gonna be ignoring this area. I will be placing some individual farmsteads, you know, just to have it there, but we have one small Waldhufendorf right here, and quite frankly, this Waldhufendorf isn't too interested in building a major industry either. Let's employ a couple of people here, and let's assign one of the oxen right here, so we are definitely producing a ton of planks. Let me think about this. We're producing houses, we're doing granary, storehouse. We have a well coming as well. This is all fine. Obviously, the actual goal here, after we have the tannery and all that stuff, is to build our church, for which we just need the planks. I think we're on a good way. We're gonna get this done sooner rather than later. Now let's take a gander at this economy again. We are doing okay with iron slabs. I think we have roughly zeroed out, but I do want to kind of pull your attention to the fact that neither of our deep mines is actually fully employed, which means there's still a lot of freedom that we have there if we wanted to expand this. Although I mean, just look at this money. Yeah, I'm still not taxing this region. I just want them to build up some wealth. And as things are, we're not oversupplying. So, yeah, I don't know what to say. This is an incredibly good trade for us here. I did now start actually setting up a forester right here. And while I can't see anything yet, they will sooner rather than later kind of block off the view towards the river here. And hopefully make it so that this looks a bit cozier. Wait, excuse me? How are there homeless people here? We even still have an available living space. Okay, if you say so. What we're going to do here, I think, in that case is I'm going to put right next to this, I love doing this, right next to this, we're going to put this house right there. You are kind of responsible for this farmhouse, right? Not too many people working here anyway. I'm not sure why you are homeless. These people wait for more burgage plots. Causes a loss of approval. Really? How did you become homeless? Did we have a fire and I didn't notice? So wait, let me double check. This work area is empty. That is okay. I don't know why I was limiting the work area here in the first place. That just doesn't really matter to me, right? We shouldn't have any homeless. That's really all I can say in that regard. I'm gonna build this right now. I was talking about it before, right? I want to have a little bit of maybe, yeah, a farming area right there. And we can also even connect this. I don't think that this is a bad connection at all if we wanted to drag this like this. There you go. Yeah, I like this. It's a nice little path that connects to the New Waldhufendorf there. And it means that I can, I guess, build up a couple of more villages right here. Making it so that... oh, and I hate when I do this again. I keep saying this. I hate when I kind of overshoot the connection there. Here we are. Now, right here, anyway, let's place down a couple of fields. I really want to make sure that we keep a kind of secluded vibe here, no matter what we do. But this is just really great land. This way, if we shift it a little bit, you can see that we have forest right here and right there. That is blocking the view quite nicely. And now from here, I really just want to build it close to this, you know, to the actual roadway right here. Although I may just, you know, looking at this, how exactly are we going to build this community here in Schwiniari? I would like it. Yeah, look at this. This is kind of perfect. We're going to do a tiny Rundling. I like tiny Rundlinge. I know that many of you like them as well. Literally, when I say tiny, I mean tiny. This is it. This is the thing, okay? This is the entirety of it. Oh, and interesting. This doesn't snap to this road for some reason. Whatever. What we're going to do here is we're going to build another farmhouse like so. I think here is almost perfect. And then we're going to build normal houses all around the Rundling. Okay, so this is now pretty interesting. We have bandits spawning here, and I hired light mercenary crossbowmen. Let's see whether they are enough to kill all the bandits. Because crossbowmen, from what I know, are really, really strong. And we observed this earlier, that the routing seems to be very, very fast. See some individual shots here. Oh, there they go. Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. They are so close to routing already. I think if they do reach them, yeah, I think these mercenaries will be dead. But you know what? It's going to buy me enough time so that I can actually set up my very own troops right here. Wait a minute. 2 archer militia. That's too many archers. Didn't I have this right here? Oh yeah, there you are. Okay. That is not intended. Why don't you just gather over there and we'll see what they do. We do still have these mercenaries. I'm not really concerned, but interesting nonetheless. Oh no, they're gonna wipe these crossbowmen, I think. Oh, nope, there they go. Let's see whether the crossbowmen can fight them in single combat. It looks pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie to you. But they're not taking any losses either. Why did you stop firing? Oh, you just can't see them, did you? I think that's the issue here. Come on, shoot! Oh god, no. Oh, okay, I mean, they are firing. and you're not losing people and you're not losing any, so I think that basically explains it. Yeah, they seem really nice, but obviously not on their own. Yeah, this doesn't bode well for them. I can't say that I understand what's happening here. There's nobody here, so there's a lot of noise there, but that's about it. We may see a couple of things burn here. They're not looking too good. You know what? For the time being, why don't you start working on your vegetable field? You are apparently crossing... Oh, there they... Oh, okay, I think I get it. So they went up for some reason right here and then went all the way around. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Let's kill these bandits. Oh, no way! I didn't know this. Bandits can now dynamically create bandit camps? Oh, I had no idea. That's cool. That means they're not gonna raid me, they're just gonna sit there and I have to purge them. Absolutely. Let's do it. Oh, and he is coming in to purge them as well. That is funny. Okay, so both of us are basically going to destroy these bandits, but obviously... I mean, oh, they already fled. Yeah, I am first and I am going to destroy them. Just gonna collect that money right here. Easy clap. They actually didn't even reach the spear militia. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I am pretty sure, pretty convinced at this point that bandits were nerfed after the beta. They seem a lot less impactful, a lot less willing to fight here. And I just noticed that Sviniari yet again is looking at a bit of a food shortage. Let me just evaluate this. So, yeah, no, it is just the amount of bakeries that we have, by which I mean we do not have enough bakeries. Let me take a look. Are all of you actually improved? That's pretty crazy. Does everybody here have a backyard improvement already? Like every last location. Wow. Oh, and I need to... Look who didn't buy pigs. That would be me. Okay. I'm just gonna put another bakery down, maybe two if need be, but for the time being, look at that. This is the Rundling, the very tiny one that we just built. You can see it is tiny. I mean, you know, especially if you compare it to the actual Rundling down there. Let's take a gander at this from the main road. I always like exploring in autumn because it is undoubtedly the best area or the best time period to do it. You know, I don't really like the way this turned out. So this is the major King's Road, and then we go into, you know, just the weeds here basically. You can very, very early, very easily see the particular actual field right here. Although no sign, this is because I did this like slightly shifted, right? You can not see the actual Rundling right here. It is hidden behind these trees right there. It's not too big a field, I think this is fine. I wish we could place, you know, just like abandoned fences almost. I know that there is fencing if you actually get the upgrade for the region, but we're not going to do this. I would like to just have fences around this village right here. Take a gander at this over there. So this is the actual Rundling. I don't know why we're lagging here. Maybe we just picked up the money. I did tell the troops to go and destroy the bandit camps. But anyway, you can see it right here. This is a tiny Rundling. They have their own granary. They have their own sheep. Oh yeah, this is nice. This is cozy. They have their own well, their sheep. This is a semi-independent actual community. And then over there, of course, we get to Waldfeld, I think it is called, right? We got our shrine, we got these sheep. Yeah, that is nice. That is very, very cute. I don't know what he's doing. He is jazzed to be here walking in place, moonwalking, if you will. And then we got the farmhouse, and of course, everything going on here. Yep, nope, this is cool. I like the way this turned out, and yeah, indeed. What are we gonna do with you? I'm gonna put this into the treasury. We have enough wealth lying around, I think, in general. That's completely fine. Yeah, this was okay. Right, and here you can see that we have reached now a point where we are indeed, you know, getting migration. We just don't have more population. We're producing everything, I think, that this population needs. I could also work with charcoal kilns. I had to unlock it for the deep mining upgrade. I don't think it's that important, but okay, it is what it is. Let's build up some individual farmsteads. Do we have like some? Yeah, we got some good spots right there. We have a good spot right here. Nothing over here, Jesus Christ. Yeah, we have a couple of things, I guess, here. And then, of course, down there, which we may build up at some point. But for the time being, I am just interested in getting this salt deposit out of here. So let's put down a mining pit. I could do 2 mining pits and... frankly, why wouldn't I, right? Why wouldn't I? I'm never going to look at this region again, so if it's ugly, it's ugly. Won't bother me. And oh god, look at how dense this forest is. I stopped doing it ages ago. Jesus Christ. They were busy. You know what, I would like more forest down there, I think. Gonna employ one person right here. Put that in there. Yeah, okay, so you can do that, and it's going to have unbelievable results right here. It is a very, very, very thick forest. Like, just unbelievably thick. Okay. The interesting thing, and I think this is good news for people like Ottawa Welshman, for example, and Snap Strategy as well, is I don't have any routing issues so far. Like, neither my troops are sluggish like they were, you know, in the early versions of the game, nor the people that are actually building that are, you know, bringing stuff to certain, you know, logging camps or whatever it is, you know, a granary, a storehouse, that kind of stuff. Nobody is sluggish yet. Now, admittedly, are we the biggest village or the biggest set of villages that we've ever built? No, but if I am not mistaken, before this particular update, we had like starting like 600, 500, it started to get sluggish, and then 1000 was where it got really bad. I haven't seen any of this. So far, we are doing very, very well in terms of performance here, I think. Let's hope that that keeps, because man, I still have so much to build here. Right, so now I prepared a couple of settlements that are focused on these farmlands. We got something up here as well. You can see it being created. This one is even further off, obviously, right? And now we do have some resources here as well, but I'm not too sure whether we're going to work that stuff. I would like maybe a windmill as well. Obviously, I mean, actually, we do need a windmill, period. There can't be any question. I would like to put it right here. So this is close to, you know, one of the communities right here. It is close to the farming community. I think what we can put here as well, actually, we don't really need the granary. Again, I don't want to build this too densely. You can see it right here. We got this stuff. Then we have the stuff related to, of course, the salt itself. Although nobody's walking here yet. We're going to just create this, you know, so that we can trade with the neighboring region. And then I think we're golden. I don't think there's anything else there that we really want to be doing. Again, this is all about just giving you the ability to actually produce some meat. And look at it, here we are now. We are oversupplying this. Okay, interesting. And we are producing like a ton of it. Fair enough. That makes a lot of sense that you're oversupplying this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start exporting you more. Actually, we're going to just make you a trade route. And then immediately after, we're going to turn, I think, spears into a trade route as well. We could theoretically be doing sidearms. Let me actually check this, right? I am going to give... Let's say maybe you. Yeah, we're going to upgrade you, and then we're going to turn you into a smith. And we're going to see about exporting stuff that isn't just tools, so that our capacity here doesn't get completely flooded as is. I'm going to turn this guy, I think, into a blacksmith. And then one of the other guys as well. You can see that I've upgraded the houses here, and I'm going to just continue doing this. Again, this may be a candidate for a town that will have a couple of level 3 houses, although... I'm doubtful. Again, we're looking at a much, much more impressive town going forward. I will tell you that this going from 6 to 5 isn't too bad. I assume that it can go even further, just to 4. But even then, I mean, look at the money that we're making here. And I really want to stress, we are fine income-wise even right now. We're steadily keeping ourselves at 4K after taxes, right? But if you take a look at this, I'm not even taxing them. I might just do that going forward. But for the time being, I mean, yeah, this has been pretty convenient down here. Right, I now put the first person to work the salt mines, and now, why are you not here? Okay, whatever. We're going to assign somebody to the pack station, and we're going to trade with Sviniari. We're going to give them our salt. Where is it? Maybe I'm blind? Probably. All things considered, that seems pretty fair. There it is, right. We're going to send them salt, and in return... What the hell do we want in return? Is there anything that, like, we would need that we can't produce ourselves? We can even do clothes. That's not really the biggest issue here. Once we upgrade any of the houses, which I haven't done so far, obviously we also actually want to go ahead and create some value here, right? So that I can upgrade the backyard improvements. Why is there no... Oh, wait, we have so much leather. Is it just that nobody... Oh, nobody was working in the storehouse. No wonder I couldn't upgrade anything. I'm not sure what I want from them. I have to give them something, otherwise I cannot send them the salt. You know what, now that I think about it, I don't even know what we're actually overproducing here. Maybe still bread. Oh, barley. You know what? It's the barley. Obviously our ale production isn't fast enough. I have to upgrade this as well. But if I send you some barley, you can have your own very tiny tavern. Again, this is not a town. I really want to stress this as well. This is totally differently designed from what else we got going on. We're going to take a walk through this once it's built, although, again, it's not really that impressive. There is no central area here. There is no trade. This is a far-off region from the core, from the very important part of our region here, which means there's not even, like... This village here basically doesn't expect any customers. It doesn't expect any traders. It just exists to forward stuff over to Sviniari. But if we have barley, Where even is it? With that barley, we can have our very own tavern just for the local population. So I think that kind of makes sense at the very least. Right, let's take a look at this. We could produce tools. That's obviously a waste of time. We could create iron parts. I don't even know how much you would actually get out of this, right? So the iron parts, I assume, would be somewhere here. There they are. Man, the fact that it doesn't tell me is a bit of a pain. I'll be honest with you. Let's open this trade route. That is 6 and 16. Jesus, okay. Export this stuff. We're doing iron parts, I guess. And I swear to God that I had another... Oh my God, where is it? It's so difficult to find out where your specialized artisans are. I know I had at least one more smith, and I couldn't tell you where. No idea. I'm gonna go on the hunt for this. I guess I have to. But anyway, now that we are trading some salt and actually want to expand on this, right? What we want to do here is we want another pack station so that we have 2 people sending and getting stuff. We also... Oh, that's why he was homeless. Ah, gotcha. Okay. I will be creating yet another person right here. You're gonna be the butcher. Meat and hides from surplus livestock and sausages from salt and meat. Okay. That's an interesting sound that I've never heard before. So we have a surplus here because we are obviously generating new sheep, right? Currently, I think we're selling them, at least to a certain degree, but we do sheep breeding. Which means I want you to kill those and then use the salt to create sausages. Let's do it. So I do want them to focus on this. Make salt and meat sausages. That's perfect, okay. No limits, just keep doing it, I guess. And then I'm gonna do actually another... butcher, because I do want them to butcher our sheep themselves as well. Which then in turn obviously is going to mean that... Now I'm not too sure how many sheep I actually need to have a proper butcher economy. I guess we're about to find out. But yeah, you are the one that slaughters and then the other one of course turns that into it. And you say that we have a reserve of 71 because that is half of our pasture space. Okay, let's take a look at it. They're currently all getting animals. We are following them here. I think they're just grabbing them from the almender. Okay, there you are. Okay, yeah, they're bringing them over. I want to take a look at this. I want to see them slaughter these animals. I hope that there is something related to this. Oh, it's so nice that the interface actually stays on them, making it so that we know exactly which one of them is which. Oh, and I think this used to be a pig farm. The pig is still hanging around. Okay, that's pretty good. It took me a long time to do the butchers, let's be honest here. Of course, they were a major part if you had sheep, if you had pigs, yada yada yada. I didn't build them because we didn't have any salt. I thought it was kind of like besides the point, right? But now that we have everything that we need here, I guess I can't really I can't really tell. I think they just stand around in there. Oh yeah, okay, so they literally just grab them and that is it. Fair enough. So have you already produced anything here? Where do I see what you got? Oh yeah, meat. Okay, good to know. Interesting. So, folks, let's take a quick look at this. This is in the far northwest of the map. You can see we have a farmhouse, we have a couple of houses, and then, of course, you know, fields as well. And you can see right now that we upgraded Wildfeld. We are at level 2, which means we can get deep mines for the salt mines, and that's pretty much where we're going to end it. I am constructing a windmill right there, which means we're going to produce our own bread here long term, although, again, this region will basically see no further development from there. And you know what, I'm looking down there. You think that is one of the regions that we control? My God, these oxen are very violent, trying to carve new nipples. You can see there is nothing in a long, long while. And that is, of course, and I think this down there is actually one of our settlements. You know what, let me double check this. So, we were going down here. Oh yeah, look at that. But there is nothing in a long while. Like I said, the top left corner of the map here, the northwest, is... well, essentially utterly useless to us. It is far away from the trade, it is far away from trade partners, you know, internally on the map, it just doesn't play that big a role. I do wonder what these weird stripes here are. You see this? I got no idea. Anyway, so we just explored this right here. We can see this particular settlement from this area as well. There's not a lot happening here yet. We are building up, you know, this particular village right here. It's gonna do fine. Then, of course, over here we have one that is mostly the village that actually mines the salt, that, you know, also takes care of the wild berries and so on. I actually gotta take one of these people out here and put them in there. Boom, there you go. And then we have the quote-unquote main settlement. I mean, look at this. It is tiny, it is relatively sad. We do have a trade outpost, we do have a packing mule station. They are already on their way. But by and large, this isn't really much of anything. And like I said, that is the entire purpose, right? This is where the salt funnels through, where we are starting and undertaking that journey, but, well, this is basically nothing. I think that you need this on the map as well. Listen, every now and again when you are building these maps, make sure that there is the hinterlands, right? That there is no civilization there. In this case, it makes perfect sense because this is just not suitable. Again, we were up there just a minute away. Just a minute ago, I mean. It is just not too suitable for it because there just isn't that much happening here. It doesn't have great resources, it's not connected via a river. So, because of this right here is the biggest village of Wildfeld, and I think we're gonna keep it that way. Let's just make sure to actually go for deep mining, and then, why don't we take a gander here? Oh, they're bartering. Yeah, they're going via the main royal route, like I said, right? We have a secondary connection now. Not that this one will actually be used. And you know what? I'm looking at this now. I'm taking this down. I am going to have this. We're not going to have a connection up there because the King's Road is already good enough for our purposes. And my god, I hate redrawing roads like this. That is a huge pain. I'm going to figure this out. But either way, just so you know, yeah, this village here is isolated much like the other one is. We're not going to connect them, I think, like at all, literally. Alright, but listen, where were we? Let's take a look at them. So they are making their way there. This is the very first salt delivery. I did now change it so that it's not actually sausages that we get, but bread. Because again, we're not overproducing sausages by any means. And once they arrive at the bartering station, actually, where do they bring this? Do they just bring this to like the trade outpost? Is it actually a trading outpost thing? Anyway, here's the first one. You can see they're not using a mule. I think there's one mule, yeah, there's the mule. So there is a mule involved right here. Let's take a gander at this. Oh yeah, okay. So they do go into the granary. No way. Alright, yeah, there you go. So they do go into the trading outpost and then it seems into the large granary. I assume here's where they drop off the salt. Indeed, that's the case. I'm gonna give you the command. Do you have your own livestock? No. Do we have space? Yeah, we do. Okay. Let's purchase one here. Let's put a guy in there. Although, again, I actually need somebody to build as well. So I might kick them out sooner rather than later. But the idea here is that we are also going to be sending baked goods your way, and then we want the salt back, because then we can really go heavy into producing sausages. Oh, and look at that, they already produce sausages, actually. Wait a minute, was it you? Oh my god, which one was it? There you go, you are the sausage people, and you are transporting stuff. Wait a minute, so you're grabbing the meat directly from your neighbor right now. Oh, look at that, that's so cool. And then you bring it inside, and I can only assume that what he is technically carrying right here, again, he's not actually carrying anything, are the sausages. That is so cool. So we are getting more meat out of our meat, which might make it so that should I possibly forbid people to eat normal meat? Oh, that's interesting. So they eat meat and sausages. Anyway, that should be amazing for our food economy. Like I said, just look at the regional wealth right here. Look at the regional wealth right there. I think money-wise, at this point, we are doing very, very well. Let me double-check this with the trade post, right? How are we doing here? Just to understand the economy at least a little bit. Oh yeah, we are pushing this down now to 3, which is not great. I might want to stop producing this many tools, but then again, honestly, money is money is money. We are making infinite here anyway, even if it is less than it used to be. This one is still looking okay. I think I'm gonna gear down tool production just to have more slabs. How are we doing on the... Which one even was the other one? We're producing those iron parts, right? That's what it is? Oh, there it is, iron parts. Oh yeah, yeah, look at those iron parts. So this is also happening. We're making a lot of money out of this. I am just gonna turn off one of the smiths. That's really what I'm gonna do here, I think. We're producing a ton of that. Yeah, no, we are making a ton of money, and this will basically happen now ad infinitum. And just look at that. We are ready. We are very much ready to expand into our last food region, and then the final project will occur. We are producing so much food, we can import, we can export, we are basically rich. I love life. We're gonna have a massive, massive farming region right here, and it's really going to slot in nicely because this will be so civilized. We're gonna cut down most, if not all, of the forests here and turn this into a pure farming region indeed. I am happy, I am eager, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next video. For the time being, take a look at tiny, tiny Wildfeld. There's not gonna be any much more here. This is it. For the time being, I will see you later, alligator.